Our other top story tonight, the teenager accused of leaving the scene of a deadly crash last week could be tried in adult court. The state has filed a petition to waive the case to adult court because of the seriousness of the charge. News Center 16's Gabby Gonzalez was at the Juvenile Justice Center today. And Gabby, he allegedly left the scene of a crash that resulted in the death. And then police had to track him down, actually go across state lines to track him down.
Yeah, and the magistrate emphasized today, he said one thing is to accidentally hit someone, another thing is to flee that scene. His defense attorney, the teen's attorney, requested his release today, but that request was denied. Now, this all stems from a crash that happened March 24th on State Road 933 near the intersection of Auten. One driver hit and killed Michael Marks. That's when another pedestrian, 49-year-old David Fordyce, trying to wave away traffic from Mark's body. The 17-year-old is accused of striking Fordyce with his car and leaving the scene. The vehicle involved in the crash and the teen were found in Niles the next day. And we learned today that the teen did test positive for marijuana when he was brought into the Juvenile Justice Center. A lot of questions here, but the magistrate said that that was not a good thing when he was considering releasing this student. He said it calls into question parental supervision here, so releasing him into his parents' custody was not the right move.
And just to make clear, you can have marijuana in your system, but that's not necessarily an indictment that he was high at the time of the accident.
Exactly.
Because it can stay in your system so long.
It could have happened before, even after the crash.
All right, and Gabby, when will we know if this young man will either face juvenile charges or be moved to adult court?
They've actually scheduled a hearing for that for April 14th at 1:30 p.m. That's when they'll really determine if this teen is going to be moved over to adult court.
All right, Gabby, thanks. A 17-year-old accused of leaving the scene of a fatal crash could be tried as an adult. We also learned today that a request for his release was denied. News Center 16's Gabby Gonzalez joins us. And Gabby, did this teenager have anything to say in court today? And this was in juvenile court, right?
Yes, of course. He asked the magistrate to release him from detention so he's able to graduate high school in May. He got very emotional when addressing the court, saying that finishing school was his #1 priority right now. His parents also promised to have round-the-clock supervision for their son if he were to be released to them, but that was not enough to convince the magistrate, who denied that request. The charge in this case stems from a fatal crash that happened last week on State Road 933 near Auten. The teen allegedly hit 49-year-old David Fordyce with his car, then fled the scene. Police eventually found him in Niles, where he lives with his mother, thanks to tips from Crime Stoppers. The magistrate said today that the teen failed to turn himself into police after the crash, which showed he didn't want to face consequences. The teen's attorney said that he didn't go out that night with the intent to hurt someone. The teen tested positive for marijuana when he arrived at the Juvenile Justice Center. The magistrate said that's a big problem right there, so the ultimate decision here was to keep him in detention. All
right, and that's when he arrived the night he was arrested, not today.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and Gabby, has this teen had any trouble prior to the crash?
Well, today in court, we learned that he was put on probation for truancy when he was younger in Berrien County. He was also expelled from school for going to class high, but his parents insisted today that he is a hardworking kid, that he has a job, and they wanted him back home. Unfortunately, for them, that was not the result here.
And later this month, we'll find out if he's going to be tried as an adult.
Yep, April 14th, they're going to be having a hearing on that.
All right, thanks, Gabby.